Open Rouse Fly Box. Today we're going to tie the CDC Choronimid. This is a variation of the Choronimid that I fished the vast majority of the time. It's been with me for a number of years. Started out west with a little bit different material, a little bit different body material on western lakes. Came back east with me and has done very well in both moving water and lakes. So let's go over how I tie it. I start off with a size 16. I go down to an 18. Very seldom will I go smaller than that. But I start out with a size 16 standard nymph hook, mustad nymph hook, and white 8-aught uni thread. And we're going to start our thread. This pattern is similar to the ruby midge, which has also been with me for quite some time, and uses similar materials. Only the ruby midge, you use a black thread base to change the color darker on the tubing, and in this you wanted a very bright red. I take my thread about a third of the way into the bend, and then I bring it back to about 2 eye lengths behind the eye. First thing you're going to do is tie in your body material. This is now it's called Orvis stretch tubing. Used to be called body glass. It's almost identical. Stalcups tubing works great, but it's the red version and it's the micro. And you're going to start your tubing, and then pulling it tight so it doesn't add too much bulk. You're going to wrap back to the point where the thread was stopped, and then give it a fairly even base, if I can get it right, back over the tubing. It doesn't have to cover all of it. You just don't want to you don't want it too varied. Just give it an even base. And then you're going to wrap your tubing. The first wrap I put below the base, and then I start moving forward. You're not going to over wrap this. You're going to keep it one in front of the other. Don't layer it. You want to keep that segmentation look. Don't pull it too tight, but you do have to give a little stretch to it to get the right look. So just moderate tension. Bring it forward. Then I bring it up. I tie it off in the thorax area because I'd rather have a little too much than have it fall short. Make sure you give a few wraps in front and behind and secure this good before you clip it off, or else it can move on you. And once you got it where you want it, then I bring my thread back a little bit more into the thorax. And there you go. Next material you're going to tie in is gold holographic tinsel. This is small. And you're going to tie it in on top of the hook. I keep it long to tie it in, but you're going to clip it fairly short. Try and keep it centered on the top of the hook. It can be a struggle if you're dealing with older eyesight and it's reflective. And once you got it tied in, you're going to trim it at the center of the hook. It's only going to leave a small tag. Center of the shank. Next material you're going to tie in is your CDC. You're going to clip it so that you get the fiber length even. Sweep it forward. And you're going to tie in your tips. I take it to the center of the, take my thread to the center of the area of the thorax. It's a short thorax. Tie in your tips extended slightly longer than you want it. And then wrap back over them to the point of the tie-in of your tinsel. And then I bring it back forward again. You don't want to. You want to leave your CDC on top. Next material you're going to apply is a small section of dubbed peacock ice dub. Just about an inch of it. You don't want a lot. You don't want to build up a bulky thorax. You're just adding a little bit of flash to that thorax. Keep your CDC out of the way. And there you go. One fiber wants to wrap around. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring your CDC forward. I bring it forward. When I get it forward, I pinch it together. I just hold it in place up top, and I give a couple wraps to tie down that wing case and keep it where I want it. And then you're going to whip finish. I bring my whip finisher up close. Sweep everything back as good as possible. And give a three-turn whip finish. I don't use head cement with this pattern. Really no need. Clip your excess. And then you're going to clip about 2 eye lengths long with the wing. And a little bit more. Probably half a shank length maybe. I go by feel. I don't really measure it, but you can see how long I trim it. And there you go. The CDC Choronimid. Very effective pattern in pretty much any water coast to coast, wherever you'll find them. Got one flyer down here in the throat. I'll clip that off while I'm turning it. And that is my favorite Choronimid pattern. Hope it adds to your box. Good luck. See you in the water.